Good morning, listeners, and welcome back to the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions Radio Show with Ron Cooming of RCS Online Solutions, where we help business owners and entrepreneurs much like you achieve even greater success by attracting, converting, and retaining their ideal customers and clients. Today, I want to talk to you in this third section of this radio show episode today is 6 tips to improve your social media presence in 2019. I really like to keep everything evergreenable, so to speak, but we are in the first week of January, so I'm going to specifically say that these are going to help you in 2019, but truthfully, they're going to help you all the time. It's just basically the fundamentals never go out of practice. You know, you'll always have something new come along or some new algorithm change. But if you're doing the stuff the right way, the white hat techniques, you're not doing scammy, spammy stuff, you know, over time you're going to build a good solid base and generate a lot of quality links and backlinks and comments and shares, and, you know, ultimately that's always going to prevail. So no matter what tips you get from me or anybody else, the single biggest tip that you can get from anybody is just keep doing the right stuff consistently, okay? Now, here's going to be 6 tips. So it's becoming nearly impossible to grow your customer base and sales without a social media presence. So I'm going to give you 6 tips to help you improve that in 2019. There are 335 million users on Twitter alone, 1 billion users on Instagram, and a whopping 2.23 billion users on Facebook. A lot of people who could become your customers are hanging out on social media. You may already have a social media platform, but are you really getting tons of new followers each month who are interacting on your platforms? If not, you need to step up your social media game. Whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn, growing your social media presence is important to get your business in front of more customers or potential customers and make more sales, or at least start the process. With some simple tips, you can turn your timely social media accounts into popular communities bustling with activities. So, tip number 1 is use the right tool. If you want to improve your social media presence, you need to post on social media often and at the optimal times. In fact, according to studies, businesses should be tweeting 15 times a day. As a business owner, you don't have enough time in your day to constantly be logging in and out of all your social media accounts. That's why you need to be using right tools. All right, and I personally use, I use Hootsuite. Again, I'm not an affiliate, so I don't get any commissions if you decide to use them. But that's true. I mean, you don't have time. You can schedule. If you do it yourself, I mean, you really might want to consider getting somebody else. The $200 a month you spend them, or whatever it is, to put your post up. You know, that's 10 hours. In that 10 hours, you may have been able to make 15 phone calls and close $5,000, 3 or 4 $5,000 clients, right? So if you do it yourself, maybe you save $200 or $300 or $400, but you might have lost $20,000 worth of business, right? So make sure you're using the right tools. Like I said, I use a scheduling tool, and that will help you stay active on social media and will save you a lot of time. You can use tools like Hootsuite or Buffer, and there are some others that can manage all your social media accounts in one place. You basically load them all up into this one platform. Then you can give one person access to the platform. They won't have access to all your accounts. They'll have access to the platform. They can post in the platform or schedule posts in that platform, and it will disseminate to all the other social media profiles without giving up control of those platforms. So focus on, tip number 2 is focus on customer service. Social media is the new platform for customer service. Instead of giving a business call or waiting hours, sometimes days, for a company to respond to an email, many customers who are having issues now turn to social media to get help from brands. In fact, 54% of customers prefer social messaging channels or for customer care over phone calls or emails. So instead of focusing so much on selling, you need to focus more on helping people. Serve, don't sell. Using your social media platforms as a customer service platform will send more users to your social media and make it easier for them to solve their problems. Quick story. I only have 8 minutes left on this episode, so I want to let you know that this clip, which will be loaded up in a couple of days, will be on the radio station, WCAP 980 AM in Lowell's website, as well as my website, rcsonlinesolutions.com. And in the description, it will have all the text of everything I said, as well as whatever I did not have time to go over. So the 6 tips to increase your social media success in 2019 will all be listed there. So a quick story. I actually got locked out of my Google account not too long ago. Gmail is basically free, so there's not any real user support. You try to reset your passwords, and if you try too many times, they lock you out, and sometimes you can be locked out for a couple of days, a week, or a month, right? So I ended up getting locked out, but I had a lot of my stuff in there, you know what I mean? So I needed to get back in there because it had access to my Google Drives, it had access to my YouTube and everything else, and I couldn't get in there. And I tried contacting Google. So I actually reached out to the founders of Google, the CEOs of Google, through Twitter, and I direct messaged them. And the next day, lo and behold, my account was active and open again, right? So yes, people are going to social media for quick responses. So tip number 3, promote your social media accounts. It's a must. Don't expect your customers to know all about your social media platforms and go searching for them themselves. You need to tell them that they exist, and if they follow you, so make it easy for them to follow you or like your social media profiles. They'll be more likely to take action. One thing you could do is if you're a store or some type of a customer-centric location, you could tell people, please follow us on here for special deals. We announce special things here first, or whatever the case may be, but give them some reason, because everybody is so inundated with posts and things that are popping up on their social media. Nobody really wants to add to it unless it adds to them. So make them aware of your social media platforms, but also make them aware of why they should start to follow you. And pay attention to what's trending. Tip number 4 is to pay attention to what's trending. One of the best ways to create a bigger social media presence for your business is to piggyback on popular social media trends. This will get your profile in front of tons of users who never knew that your business existed before and can help you go viral. Different things like using hashtags or commenting on a particular story. I personally try to stay away from politics, religion, and even sometimes sports. I'm a diehard Red Sox fan, and I don't know how anybody could be a Yankees fan, but I'm sure that there are some people out there, and so I try to stay away from that, even though I just threw a little dig there, but it's all fun. It's good-natured. But anyhow, so try to stay away from really controversial issues, because you could have a whole, if it's politics, you have half the people who like this side and half the people who like that side. So if you alienate people, you just alienated half the country. So try to stay apolitical, stay away from religion, politics, and super controversial stuff, okay? And pay attention to what's trending and try to interject yourself into that. And then number 5, focus on eye-catching visuals. It can be very difficult to get noticed on a crowded social media platform feeds. You have like 7 minutes or so, right? Or 7 hours or so, and the whole feed refreshes. So you need to really stand out because people are just scrolling. So focus on eye-catching visuals. So you want to make sure that your business stands out. One of the best ways to stand out on social media is to increase your presence, is on focusing on eye-catching visuals, and another thing could be eye-catching topics. So if your topic is eye-catching, or again, I want somewhat controversial, but not enough to get you in trouble, but enough to just what did he say? Did he really tweet that or something, right? Whatever the case may be, just to get people to just, and hopefully they'll engage with you and you won't lose them with whatever you say after that. Sixth and last tip here is actively engage with your audience. Would you be talking to someone who never returned your messages? Probably not. Users won't want to follow you on social media or interact with you if you are giving them nothing in return. So that's why it's important to actively engage with your audience on social media. If you want to create a real social media presence, remember it is social, then your social media accounts need to become a community. That means when someone comments on your post, you should reply to them or at least like their comment. You can also pose and answer questions in a post and show appreciation to your followers and customers by thanking them and sharing user-generated content. Engaging with your followers will not only increase your social media presence, but will also help you develop real relationships with customers. And at the end of the day, it's really about serving people, not selling people. And it's really about building relationships with your customers and clients and people who are about to be. You will never get rich. You will never have a really sustainable business if you're doing a bunch of one-offs. You want your clients so happy with you that they become raving fans and tell their friends. Build relationships. Don't focus on the sale, focus on the relationship. Don't sell, serve. You've been listening to Ron Kooming on the Internet Marketing and Business Solutions radio show, where we help business owners and entrepreneurs attract, convert, and retain their ideal customers and clients. Please reach out to me at Ron, R-O-N, at rcsonlinesolutions.com.